Right, I'm just about halfway through milking up on the spring unit. I don't think I showed the actual back front of the parlour where the cows go in. There we go. So this is an old shed what we had before, so existing shed. The old parlour's behind me here, this old brick wall here. We used to have it 8 aside before we come to this. Then the day we went to this, so that's when our lives changed, and when cows' lives changed too, because the milk went up literally 2 days later. They went up a litre a cow each, because we went from 4 hours milking to an hour and a half. Made a hell of a difference. So we've got one side just gone out. Here's the cows waiting to go in. The actual through flow of this parlour is fantastic. Open ends, so it is cold in the winter. I'm not going to deny that. You have got to wrap up sometimes, especially on a windy, cold morning in like February. But there's the gate open and off they're walking in. So we never got to drive any cows in at all. Right down to the last cow what comes in, they all come in and they all walk out without having to drive them out. We chose this shed here because this shed faces the track where the cows go out at night. So they're being milked facing the way they would go on out into the field. So that makes a massive difference because they see all their mates walking out the track out in their field. So we've got a few left here. Got a shed over there, we chuck some calvers in sometimes. Cows are waiting over there what have been milked. They're going to go out round onto the road in a minute, across the road, because this farm is completely split in half by a main road. So they need to go across the road at least once a day. The only time we can keep on the same side of the road is literally like middle of April to middle of May when we've got like an abundance of grass. But apart from that, they need to go across that road at least once a day, so it's a must. Right, we're going to put some units on. Right, whilst I'm feeding the calves, I'll show you the straw what we got in. Look at this. So this is this year's wheat straw. Here, we got it in this shed at the moment. This will be deep litter in the winter though. Got a few calves in here, nothing major, and nearly all weaned off. There's a lorry load there, lorry load there. We've got another 2 lorry loads around in the shed. So we usually buy it through the winter, but this stuff is golden. Literally golden stuff. It's got the sunshine on it at the moment, so it does look there. But look at that, anybody think that's barley, but that's wheat. That's how shiny it is. There's a bit more in the shade here so you can see. Oh, it's absolutely stunning, that is. So it rains all winter, we're gonna have a good winter, because that's half the battle, that is. When you have in the winter, you've got some good straw, real nice straw stacked in the shed ready to go. That's gonna help us out majorly, especially calving. And then because it's spring calving cows and we want to try milking through the winter as long as possible because the fats are really high but you don't give a lot of milk, we want to you know, they've got to be led on something nice and dry to help out with their mastitis and all that. So yeah, well chuffed with that. The people who bought in, yeah, they've done well on that. That's some good stuff, and they're big bells too. They pack more in there. There's more straw in those bells, so 6 stringers, than in a Heston. That's good. Very chuffed. Makes my life a lot easier. Right, so it's Tuesday. The bloody cattle got out. We got 120 acres in the middle of like woodland, and it's fairly well fenced. But for somehow they got out and they done a runner down the road. So look at this. It's just pure woodland in the middle of nowhere. And there's the cow on behind. Come on in! Come on in! So we've got a car on behind, bring them on, thank God. And then I've got Emma down here waiting on the gate, ready to put them back in. But he's ran a long way. Really long way. Come on in! Come on in! Here they come. Come on in. Come on. Show bucket cake, you love it. Come on. Right, gotta make sure you don't try to jump across this cattle grid. Come on in. Come on. Come on. They're quite clever, they'll walk around that. Come on. Come on. There we go. They're all back in. Right, so it's the afternoon, we just finished milking. We've just shut the cows out. Here they are. So all the rainbows are spread out there and they're eating that, and they're still eating a little bit of grass, what's about, but not a great deal. Now these cows, it's now like 5 o'clock, and these cows will be out here really till about 2 o'clock tomorrow morning. And then I got this here, this is called a backlatch. Now tomorrow morning about 1:30, this little thing will kick in and it will open up this gate here. So there's a little twisty thing there, and this gate is spring open, and then the cows can walk in. So that's all set. Cows can walk in, they can walk back down this track here, and they'll walk to the buildings. And in the buildings we've got clamp silage in the racks, and we've got a bit of hay too. So and it's all mixed up together to string it out. So they can go in and have that, and then we get them round and milk them, and then once they've been milked they go out and have that again. And then we get them across the road to another field where there's another little bit of grass, but we're going to put a lot of rainbows out there again to keep the milk going. And they seem to be milking quite well on it actually. So it's 323 cows, and they're averaging about 23 litres each at the moment on 4 kilos a keg in grass and round bell, peas and barley. So I don't think that's too bad, considering it's getting pretty dry. But the water system up here is really good. Like those water troughs are never empty, they keep up with all those cows. So I think that makes a massive difference on this. Having enough water, plenty of water for them, so no cows have to wait for water, makes a massive difference for these cows.